Hello everyone, this is Namrata. Hope you all are doing good and staying safe. On behalf of SFDC One Stop, we wish you all a very happy and wonderful new year. So today we are going to discuss another topic in Salesforce, which is Salesforce validation rules. Here is the agenda for today's session. We are going to cover what is a validation rule, what is the purpose of it, how to create a validation rule, followed by our demo. Let's understand what is a validation rule. Validation rules verify that the data a user enters in a record meets the standard you specify before the user can save the record. Let's understand this validation rule in detail by taking a use case. The use case is as a service representative on a case record, whenever escalated checkbox is enabled, service rep should be able to update the case escalation reason so that the metrics can be captured which will help the business to understand why a case is escalated. So if I go back to my Salesforce DevOps, I will try to explain to you what is the use case which I'm talking about. So I have opened my Lightning Service Console app wherein I already have my case open. So this is something which I logged in. Basically, I am a sales service rep and I'm working on this specific case. So now while working on a specific case, I got to know that this specific case is escalated. So I come here and I try to edit the record. And when I enable this checkbox, that is when I try to enable this, business also want that the escalated reason should be filled in. So this is a simple use case. This use case is something which can be implemented using the Salesforce case validation rules. Now you may also be wondering that why can't I make this field as mandatory, that is required, right? So making a field required will not help in this scenario. Why? Because you do not want this field to be required upon creation. You want this field to be updated upon certain condition. So that is what the definition says, that validation rules verify that the data user enters matches a criteria before the user can save the record. So here the criteria is that escalated if checkbox is checked, this escalated reason also should be filled in. If it is not filled in, then the user will be popped up, user will be displayed with an error message. So the next point says validation rules can contain a formula or the expression that evaluates the data in one or more fields and return a value of true or false. So basically validation rules includes an error message to display the user when the rule returns a value of true due to an invalid value. So in simple terms, if a condition satisfies, that is a condition evaluates to true, error message will be pumped up to the user. So the simple scenario as we discussed is you want the error message to be popped up, that is if the user enables the checkbox but the case escalated reason is not filled in, then you want the error message to be popped up. So we will see how we can achieve this using the Salesforce case validation rules. Let's go to our case. We will try to create a validation rule. We'll navigate to the case. Let's navigate to the case object. So on a specific object, you can create as many as 100 validation rules per object. So now let us try to create a validation rule. Let me delete this because I don't want this because I have already created one. So now let's create a new validation rule. So it's like you want the escalated reason field to be updated if the escalated checkbox is checked. So that is a simple use case how what you want to achieve. So what give the rule name as is escalated. It is always the best practice to provide a description. If escalated is enabled, escalation reason is required. Okay, provide a good description. So this is where the you write down your condition. condition error condition formula. So here it all displays the examples. At the right hand side you see all the functions, whether you want to use the and conditions or conditions, the date, currency. You can take a look into each of these conditions functions which are provided on the right hand side to know the syntax and how to write the conditions accordingly. Begins, it says text and compare. Okay, contains, it also says what you have to use and what happens if it is true, what happens if it is false. It all displays, all the functions will be displayed over here. So now let's consider the example. What is an example? What is the use case here? If this is enabled, this is true, this should not be blank, right? So let's do that. we so here I both the conditions should satisfy, right? If this is enabled, the case reason should not be blank. So if both the conditions are true, it provides an error. If the condition is false, it does not provide an error. So that is what we have to implement. So now let us choose an and logic here. Why are we using the and? Because I here it says checks whether all arguments are true and returns true if all the arguments are true, right? That is what we need. If this field is enabled, if this is not blank, then the condition evaluates to true. Let's see how can we write it. Now we need to insert a field. How do you insert a field? You see a button over here. When you click on this insert field, here you see that the case related fields will be populated on the next section here. So case escalated and click on insert. When you click on insert, that specific field will be showing up. So is escalated. Now let's insert the operator is equal to true, right? So this is the condition. This escalated is true and this is not blank. This specific field is not blank. So in the logical 2, what do? We have a function over here which is blank. So here I will write the is blank. So it gives me the expression, checks whether an expression is blank and returns true. So here we'll check that the expression is, insert the field, case is escalated reason. Then click on insert, and I don't want any of these. Okay. So we are closing the brace here. Let's remove the extra spaces, and then our condition is completed. We went ahead and we have updated our formula. So here if the formula evaluates to true, we should be providing an error message. So what is an error message? It's like, we can give the same description over here. If escalated is enabled, escalation reason is required. So where do you want to display this specific error message? Whether it is on the top of the page or on the field is something which you can choose. So here I want it on the field. Field is nothing, it is case escalated reason, and click on save. So we went ahead and created a validation rules. Our validation rule is very simple, as I mentioned. If escalated is enabled, this is blank. This should not be blank, and both the conditions evaluates to true. It should provide me a. If that is blank, then if the, sorry, in simple terms, if the condition satisfies, that is whatever we have written in our validation rules, if it is satisfies, it will throw the error message. If the condition doesn't evaluates to true, then the error message will not be displayed. We will see whether the validation rules is working as expected or not. So I'm opening the same record, click on edit, and when I click on escalated over here and I try to save the record, here review the errors on this page. And what is the error message? Here it is giving me that if escalated is enabled, which means this is already enabled by you, okay, escalation reason is required. Now fill in the reason. customer has escalated the case. Now saving this. So the main purpose of this requirement is whenever somebody tries to whenever the case is getting escalated, it is always important that you know what is the reason behind the case getting escalated. So these are mainly used for the metrics which will help our business or leadership team to find out how many cases are escalated and what is the main reason behind the case getting escalated. So here we have filled in. So now using the reports, you can fill in all the cases which are escalated, and you can also find out what is the reason behind the case getting escalated. So that is how you implement a case escalation rules in Salesforce. So this is what we have for today's session. I hope you were able to understand what we have discussed in our today's session, like what is a validation rule, how to create a validation rules. And then we also went ahead and understood how to implement a validation rule using a business requirement. So our business requirement was very simple. The requirement was you have if the service agent is enabling the checkbox called as escalated, then you want the service agent to fill in the case escalation reason as well. So that is something which we have seen, and when then we also verified whether it is working as expected or not. So that's all for today's session. We will plan for another topic soon. Until then, please do take care of yourself, and please do like, share and subscribe our channel. Signing off, Namrata Kadiyala. Bye bye.